Back in the days, there were at least 2 third-party Superscope-compatible gun controllers. I have shown them in episodes 139 and 196. Sadly, these controllers named Thundergun and Turbogun are not compatible with the game Tin Star. In episode 26, I talked about a conversion that allows people to use a Sega Virtua Gun on a Snes as a replacement for the Superscope. This modification was invented in 2010 by Micro and is used by enthusiasts worldwide. Ever since I have uploaded the video and schematics, I have been asked by viewers who are less confident in their solder abilities whether I can make one for them or whether I knew a commercial source. My go-to answer always has been mentioning Klaus Wolf of Wolfsoft, who is a professional modder of great reputation. I knew that he was familiar with this conversion as he has built such a gun before. The conversion, however, is no catalog item at all and it would have to be asked specifically for it. If the customer provided all the parts, the cost of labor would lie around 100 euros, which is very reasonable. The coolest SNES light gun I have ever seen was made in a very small batch by André Berube, whose excellent products I have shown in episode 99. Using the eBay name Magic Trashman, André sells 3D printed brackets, which allow users to replace the present switches in common light guns with microswitches. André's gun is also based on the updated conversion, which I showed on my channel, but instead of the stunner shell, André uses a Nerf rival Kronos Roman 18-500 foam bullet toy gun, which he modified with 3D printed parts. André built this for himself and offered another one on eBay. Today, André would sell the necessary parts as a non-catalog item upon special request for people who want to build such a gun themselves as a DIY project. On the occasion of my 200th episode, André kindly gifted me one of those fine controllers. Although I have an extensive collection of light guns, this particular one is among my top 5 controllers for sure. The clicky, tactile backsliding trigger reminds me a lot of the Namco Point Blank arcade gun and is a real joy. As face buttons, the controller uses something I would describe as mini arcade buttons. Before owning this gun, I wasn't aware such buttons even existed. Recently, Vintex 64 started to offer pre-made SNES light guns based on Micro's design for around $19 US, which is a very competitive price. The product is called Super Stunner 6, in homage to the SNES multigame cartridge. Besides Virtua Gun ports, the gun contains pieces gained from a Superscope receiver. In particular, the 8-bit hex shift register chip and the controller cord are upcycled. The latter is notoriously difficult and expensive to recreate in DIY. Vintex 64 designed custom PCBs which simplify the modification a lot and allow the competitive price. Those boards are available on their own as a parts kit, bundled with a SNES controller jack for a lower price. A great feeling microswitch is soldered directly to the PCB. For my taste, the point of actuation of the microswitch was too far back, and therefore I desoldered and relocated it. As turbo mode switch, a sturdy circular power rocker switch is used, which is located at the heel of the grip. In the hammer area, a big momentary switch is used as the pause button. Compared to the schematic diagram which I have published, this controller lacks the bypass capacitor, but in playtesting, the Super Stunner 6 was as accurate as my other 2 light guns. The Super Stunner 6 controllers are handmade using consumer tools. Thus it's understandable that button locations vary slightly from one gun to another, and that the cutouts may have an uneven rim. In this video, so far we talked about Superscope substitutes for original Nintendo consoles. For FPGA replication systems, such as the Mister, there are 2 distinct solutions I would like to address. Both were made by Jean-Baptiste of JB Game Lab. In episode 199 I have reviewed the first solution in detail. It works for any screen technology and is highly compatible to a slew of systems, as it behaves like a standard HID mouse. The second system is still in prototype stage and was teased recently by JB. It allows the use of stock Namco Gun controllers on modern computers and the Mister when playing on CRT screens. I'm very happy that it became easier to enjoy the great light gun games of the Snes without having to rely on Nintendo's rocket launcher. Vintex 64's offer of premade guns and kits enables the people who were locked out from the privilege of a Snes pistol controller previously. In my excitement about the Super Stunner 6, I contacted Vintex 64 and was able to place a few questions for a mini interview, which I now summarize in audio, but show in full as an image. When being asked about the motivation for the project, Vintex 64 told me that he played Battle Clash as a child and that he has fond memories of it. When a member of his team showed him my video of the Virtua Gun conversion, they came up with the PCB idea. After a break, Vintex 64 was pushed to complete the gun by his desire to beat the game from his childhood. I wanted to know what Vintex 64 enjoyed the most about the project. He liked designing the PCB a lot. It was made to accomplish several tasks, while combining functionality with ease of entrance for newcomers to the modding hobby. I told Vintex 64 how to effortlessly include support for the US military software Max, which, back in the days, was run from Snes consoles. Vintex 64 likes the idea and plans to incorporate the necessary changes in future board revisions. When being asked about his favorite Super Scope game, Battle Clash and its sequel Metal Combat come to Vintex 64's mind. However, he also enjoys the original Super Scope launch game Super Scope 6. This is the end of the review. My name is Ben. I thank you for viewing.